Imagine this. You meet someone at a party, shake their hand, and 2 minutes later, you have no idea what their name was. Embarrassing, right? But why does this happen? Why can we recall a person's face, their job, even what they were wearing, but not their name? The truth is, it's not your fault. Your brain is actually wired to forget names, and science explains why. In this video, we're diving deep into the psychology and neuroscience behind why names slip away so quickly, how memory works in real time, and most importantly, how you can train your brain to remember names effortlessly. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly how to recall names with ease, avoid those awkward, "Wait, what was your name again?" moments, and impress people with your memory. Let's get into it. Why do we forget names? Our brains are designed to prioritize information that feels important, but here's the catch: names on their own don't carry any inherent meaning. When you meet someone, your brain is bombarded with sensory and contextual information: their face, voice, clothing, surroundings, and even your own thoughts. Faces are particularly easy to remember because we have a specialized brain region, the fusiform face area, dedicated to processing and recognizing faces. Names, however, are abstract. Unlike someone's job or an interesting fact they tell you, names don't naturally attach to anything meaningful in our memory. Psychologists call this the Baker-Baker paradox. Imagine two people, one is named Mr. Baker and the other is a baker by profession. The word baker is easy to recall when tied to a job. It has context, smell, and action. But Mr. Baker is just a label, making it harder to retain. Neuroscientists also suggest that working memory capacity plays a role. The hippocampus, which forms new memories, prioritizes emotionally significant or context-rich information. And unfortunately, names don't usually make the cut. This is why names feel like they vanish from our minds almost instantly after hearing them. The science of memory and how it fails. To understand why names are forgotten, we need to look at how memory works. Memory isn't a single process, it has three main stages: encoding, taking in new information; storage, keeping it in your brain; retrieval, bringing it back when needed. The problem: names often fail at step 1, encoding. When you're introduced to someone, you're usually focused on making a good impression, shaking hands, or thinking about what to say next. Your brain doesn't register the name deeply enough to store it properly. This is why repetition and association are crucial. Studies show that repeating a name just 3 times within the first few minutes increases retention by over 50%. There's also the next-in-line effect. When people introduce themselves in a group, your brain is so busy planning your own introduction that you don't fully process what the person before you said, including their name. Another fascinating reason: stress and cognitive load. If you're in a high-pressure situation like networking or public speaking, your brain allocates resources to managing stress instead of encoding names. Now that we know why our memory fails, let's explore practical tricks to improve name recall. How to never forget a name again. So how can you train your brain to remember names effortlessly? The link it technique. Connect the name to something meaningful. If you meet a Laura, imagine her playing the piano, if she's musical, or holding a laurel wreath, based on the meaning of her name. The crazier the connection, the better. The say it 3 times rule. Repetition cements information in your memory. Try this. When they introduce themselves: "Nice to meet you, Laura." During the conversation: "So, Laura, what do you do?" When saying goodbye: "Great talking with you, Laura." The visual name tag trick. Imagine their name written on their forehead. This visualization helps anchor the name to the face in your memory. Make it a game. If you're at an event, challenge yourself to remember 5 names and test yourself later. Engaging your competitive side makes remembering more fun and effective. Slow down and pay attention. Most of the time we forget names because we never really heard them. Next time, make a conscious effort to pause and focus solely on the name. These techniques may sound simple, but science proves they work. Why does remembering names even matter? People feel seen and valued when you remember their name. In business, it builds rapport and trust. In social settings, it strengthens relationships. Dale Carnegie, author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, said, "A person's name is, to them, the sweetest sound in any language." Studies show that hearing your own name activates reward centers in the brain. When you use someone's name in conversation, they subconsciously associate you with positive emotions. Politicians, CEOs, and great communicators use this to their advantage, and now you can too. So let's wrap this up with one final thought. Every time you forget a name, it's not a personal failure, it's just how your brain works. But knowing why we forget names gives us the power to fix it. With a little effort, you can transform yourself into the person who always remembers names, someone who makes others feel important, builds stronger relationships, and leaves a lasting impression. Next time you meet someone new, don't let their name slip away. Try one of these memory hacks and see the difference for yourself. And if you want to dive deeper into the science of memory and communication, check out more videos on this channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.